Hello everyone, so this is not normal for me, but I started to realise that it's important to get your face out there, to network, to meet new people, and also I want to share what I've done since I'm going to share with you today what I've done and how I've got from a plumber and then owning a tech business with a team of 7 now. So yeah, I want to do this just to document my journey as well, so I can look back. And my plan is to build this into a multi-8-figure business. So I wanted to share that journey and how I get there, and how I've got here so far, and share. And any input might help you. So yes, connect with people, share my journey. I can look back at it. People can learn from it, and yeah. So if you want to listen to my journey throughout, then if you can please like, subscribe, and also if you've got any questions, please put them in the comments box and I'll answer them on the next time I film. So I'm going to update you every couple of weeks. I'm going to put a new video out just as an update what I've done in previous 2 weeks in the business. And also if you want to follow me on Instagram, that's Kieran Yates 1. So the way I've done it, I was trying to figure out how I'm going to do these videos, and all I've literally done, I'm basically interviewing myself. I wrote down a load of questions that can help me answer, otherwise I'll probably forget to mention everything that's happened over the past few years. So I went from, I was a plumber and gas engineer, and now I'm fully full-time in a tech business, which is still in the same industry. So I didn't try and go out the box. I've stuck to what I know. So I've wrote down a list of questions that I'm going to read out to myself. Might seem a bit weird, but I thought that's the best way I could do it. I started the app in 2017. And at that same time, I was a plumber gas engineer and I went to work for myself. So the first sort of question is, what inspired you to start Trade Apps Limited in 2017 while working as a gas engineer? So I might be like a lot of you that are watching. I was always trying to think of how else I can earn some money. I didn't mind plumbing, but I didn't love it. So yeah, always looking, and I see the idea basically, and I'd done some market research and thought that's a good idea. I was always my brain was wild every day. I'm always thinking of new ideas, but yeah, this one idea stuck out to me, and yeah, I just thought like this could work. Even though I was a plumber, I didn't know anything about tech. I'd done some market research, and literally the first thing that came to my head was, I don't need a lot of people to subscribe to this app to earn some money. So I pretty much went for it. I took the guy that built my website for the plumbing, I literally contacted him and said, how much to build this app? And it was nothing at the time. Weren't expensive like what you'd think it would be. So he built the app over about a year. 2018, I thought the only way to get this out there is by taking him on full time. So I took that jump, as most of us, no money, I didn't get any investment. I took him on, and the way I thought I could cover his money is by getting outside work from other people, like websites, maybe apps, which we did do 1 or 2. So I'd be on websites like these freelance websites trying to get him work and stuff like that. So that's how I tried to cover his money. But yeah, if these questions don't answer my full story, I'll at the end I'll do an overview since 2017 up till now. But yeah, so the next one is, can you share some key moments or challenges you faced during the early days of building your business? So obviously one of the challenges is taking that risk. Like I've always been a risk taker. So the challenge is making that jump of employing that first person, which a lot of people are worried about, but if you don't try, you don't get. So yeah, one of the challenges was taking the developer on, and then trying to get it out there from there. And yeah, so I'd say key moments was or challenges. That could be two different things. So a challenge is taking that jump and taking that first person on, going from idea to getting it out to the market. So that staff as well, key moments. Once I built it up to a stage where it covered the developer's money, it was such a key moment in terms of growth. I could then, once we got that snowball effect of people signing up, I was able to take on another pair of staff. And bear in mind, I was still plumbing at this stage. I didn't take any money. I was trying to fund it as well from my plumbing in any way I can. Challenge was taking that first jump, taking the employee on, and then the key moment was when it covered his money and it started growing and I could take more staff on. Hopefully that sums that up. And then the next question, how did you manage your time between being a full-time gas engineer and growing your company? There's no easy answer. I just juggled my time. Whenever I had a spare moment, I'll come into the office. So where we are now, we've moved like 4 times. When we first started, we started in a little 2-man office where Tom was, and I would literally, when I had a break from the plumbing, or I'd finish my jobs, I'd come into the office, see Tom. So I literally just had to juggle my days, evenings. So it's never easy at the start. And the next question is, what motivated you to transition from a gas engineer to a full-time, I don't like this word, entrepreneur? What motivated? You're either one of those people or you're not. Sometimes, whatever makes you happy, that's the main thing. Sometimes, people are happy working for someone. They like that security throughout their whole life. But if you're a business person and always thinking like, how can you earn money? What can you do? You're never going to get away from that. So that's just what motivates you. I suppose money in a sense, but money's not everything. So motivation is just, I think, securing my future. That's the main thing, and being comfortable in life and be able to do what makes me happy. So that's sort of what motivated me, just to get away from plumbing and start a new venture that I can live a better life, basically. And then, so were there specific skills or experiences from your previous career that helped you in building Trades Apps Limited? I'll say, discipline. So I started in the trading industry quite young, probably like 15. I used to work around my uncles, doing labouring basically on the weekends. When I went to college, in between term times, I was always working from around 15. So I'd say work ethic has come from that, because we all know labouring's not easy. So that definitely helped me. So I'd say discipline. I went to college, studied electrics. My first job doing that was in London, so I had to travel far. So I had to learn time management, being on time, not having days off, and grafting basically. So and being around, obviously my uncle had a successful business. When I worked doing maintenance in London, I was working in massive houses, swimming pools, so this all added to that motivation, like, I want to be there one day. So I'd say they're the skills and experience that I've learned. Discipline, by just having to be on time, grafting from a young age, which has helped me massively now. And obviously I started my own business, plumbing, at the same time, so that gave me business skills. And then, can you discuss the initial concept and development of your first product or service? So the app is for gas engineers. They do their daily paperwork on there, so they can create their certificates, invoices, quotes, put all their jobs in a diary. It's basically a job management system, and it's a subscription model, so they pay monthly or yearly, and it's for their day-to-day running. So instead of using paper, they can create everything on the app and send it to their customer, which saves a lot of time for them. So that is the initial concept and development. And last year, I'll go into this later, but I've written up a 3 to 5 year plan to hit this multi-8-figure target. What were the most significant obstacles you encountered, and how did you overcome them? Some of these questions, maybe I should have wrote notes on these questions, because sometimes you have to really think. What were the most significant obstacles you encountered, and how did you overcome them? Again, going back to taking the first developer on, the only thing I've done different to anyone else is I've took risks. And this is not putting anyone down. A lot of people have the ideas in their head, but they don't take that risk and go for it. And it's hard sometimes to take that risk because it involves money, but what's money? It comes and goes, doesn't it? So as long as you don't get yourself in loads of trouble with money, it comes and goes. You don't know until you try. So obstacles you encountered would be taking that first staff on, trying to get them, the first few people on the app. I used to stalk our app when people was using it, just to see, like, oh my God, like there's people using it. And even staff like at the minute we've got a completely new team. Along the way, staff have come and gone. So obstacles were, I suppose, juggling my plumbing job, because I didn't want to leave that until the app earned me enough money. Juggling that. When I look back, I think, how the hell did I juggle that? Juggling the app, taking staff on, coming and going. So they're two of the main problems, I'd say. And how did I overcome them? Just got on with it. As simple as that. Don't let anything stress you out. Just get on with it, and you'll get out the other side. Next question. Did you have a mentor or role model who influenced your entrepreneurial journey? I hate that word. No, I've never had a paid mentor or role model. Well, I've never paid a mentor, but in terms of role models, I was working around loads. Jobs I had, I said my uncle had a good business. So I've worked around a lot of role models that gave me that drive to want to get where I want to get to. How did you fund the initial stage of your business, and how was your approach to financing evolved over time? So I funded it through my plumbing business. I even got an overdraft. See, I didn't get no investment. I just found any means possible to pay for that first employee to get it off the ground. And it's changed, because a lot of people ask, would you get investment? Would you sell? I was against both of them things. It was my baby. I've done it from the ground up. In terms of investment now, because the question was, how has your approach to financing evolved over time? So obviously I've done it myself at the start, and I'm not against getting finance now to help it grow even quicker, because you can only grow with the money you got coming in at a certain pace. So having that money coming in, or borrowing that money to help fund the plans going forward, can help grow it quicker. But I've done it all organic at the moment. So I'm not against financing to take more staff on. It's all about risk management and calculated risks. If you borrow money, as long as you can pay that back and it's going to be a benefit, then why not? If it's going to get you there quicker. So what marketing strategies did you employ to grow Great Trade Apps Limited, especially in the early stages? So this is the marketing strategies which people struggle with when you come up with an idea. It's all about marketing and getting it out there. I didn't do nothing special. And I say one thing that's helped me massively, and still to this day, is the name. So it's called Gas Certificate App. And still to this day, our main leads come from internet search, and we don't pay for Google Ads because the name says what it does on the tin. A lot of people come up with these fancy names, and unless you pay loads of money on Google, you're not going to rank high. If you've got a simple name that says what it does, you're going to rank higher and it help your SEO search, because gas certificate app, people are going to search around that. So marketing strategies was one of them, was the name. It says what it does, so people could find that easily, and it don't cost anything. And like I say, we have a question, how did you hear about us? And the highest ranked is internet search, and we don't pay anything. So that's one thing to take away, is try not to overthink the name, because the more complex it is, the harder it is going to be to find you on Google. And then the other was email marketing. Because obviously at the start you haven't got money to do ads, or Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads. So email marketing is a powerful way to reach out to people. So build a list, email marketing, and a simple name. That's what got me my first few customers, basically, and it's still doing the same. I hope this is working, because I'm looking at my laptop and then looking up to the camera. Hopefully this is going to work. I'll probably watch this back and think, no way. Because I'm not a person normally at the camera and social media stuff, but yeah, like I said at the start, I want to share my journey so I can look back and maybe help people along the way. I know that's cliche, but yeah, and meet people. You can only do so much networking in person, and I might meet some amazing people through doing this. Right, I've lost the question. The next question was, so that was marketing strategies from the start. What specific gap or need in the market did you identify that led you to start Trade Apps Limited in 2017? So the first thing that came to my head was the idea was good. And then I researched how many gas engineers are out there and how many are still using paper compared to an app. So I tried to roughly work out how many are still using paper, and there was a lot of a massive percentage, probably still like 40% now, still use paper. So there's a massive gap in the market in terms of getting people over to the app from paper. So that was the gap. Market research, how many gas engineers, how many people, how much you charge, how many people you need to earn a certain amount of money, and how many people are still using paper that are still want to carry over that you could capitalise on. So that was the gap in the market I see. Were there any personal experience or frustrations that played a role in the conception of Trade Apps Limited initial idea? Not really frustrations, I just got on with it. Obviously along the way it's not that easy, like I say, trying to grow it, get staff, different ideas. But yeah, you just got to crack on, take each day as it comes, and it will definitely all work out. How did your background as a gas engineer contribute to the founding concept of Trade Apps Limited? Well, I was a gas engineer, so I didn't try and do anything different from what I was doing. So I understood the app, I understood what gas engineers need. Sometimes you'll come up with an idea that's totally irrelevant to what you do, so you have to do a lot more research. So I was a gas engineer, so me contributing to the app was massive help, because I knew what a gas engineer needed. Can you discuss the moment or realisation that inspired you to take the leap and establish Trade Apps Limited while still working full-time? Can you discuss the moment or realisation that inspired you to take the leap and establish Trade Apps Limited while still working full-time? Realisation and moment. It just comes down to that idea, market research, plan, execution. That's all it is. And I weren't like, people want to earn money. People want to earn £1 million by next week. Like, just be patient, take your time. When I look back, I started quite young, 2017, so 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 26 I started this, so it's fairly young. So I literally, come up with a plan and executed, basically. That, in terms of taking the leap, it just takes a risk. You've got, as long as you're strong in that idea, not every idea is going to work. Thankfully, that idea worked for me. So yeah, plan what you want to do. Make sure it can work, and just you've got to take that leap. Don't take too much financial risk, but you have to take some, otherwise you're not going to get it anywhere if you don't get investment. In retrospect, how has the original vision of Trade Apps Limited evolved since its inception, and what factors influenced these changes? So the vision for it has changed massively. Initially, because I've only just realised my next goal and written that down. My first, obviously my first initial idea with it was to get off the tools plumbing and work full time on the app. And that actually only happened 18 months ago. So 2022, I started it in 2017, 2022 is when I could stop plumbing. So it took me 5 years to grow that app to be able to come off the tools. 2017 I started, 2018 when I took the first developer on. So yeah, it took me like 5 years roughly to do that. So my vision has changed massively in terms of where I want to be. So last year I wrote up a 3-year plan. So everything I've learned over the years, I've written up this plan now, which is my new vision for Trade Apps. Because first, initially, get off the tools. Now I know where I want to be in 3 to 5 years' time. And what's the factors that influence that? It's just learning. Everything I've learned and that I can project going forward in terms of marketing, what other trades I want to aim for. Everything I've picked up has just, influenced this. And you need a plan. With no plan, you've got no goals to hit. So having that plan in place, it keeps you accountable. And doing this YouTube video is also going to keep me accountable, because I'm going to be documenting my journey. I don't want it to go wrong, do I? So how do you handle setbacks and failures in your business, and what have they taught you? So you might be able to tell that I'm quite laid back. So if I get a setback or a failure, I don't stress too much about it, because stressing over something don't get you anywhere, and we all do it, but I'm laid back, so I don't get stressed that easy. Probably over the little things I get stressed more, but yeah, so how I handle, I just think a problem arises, just deal with it. It's not worth overthinking that problem. Analyse it and then just crack on, basically. You just got to crack on. Some people get worked up a lot easier, but yeah, I don't let it affect me too much. So I'd say any setbacks, 2 steps back, 3 steps forward, just keep going, analyse that, make some changes, and just keep going. Next question, can you share a turning point in your entrepreneurial career that significantly impacted the trajectory of Trade Apps Limited? A turning point, what changed? I wouldn't say it's a real turning point, because it's been a slow, gradual progression. This might come up another question, but a turning point would just be getting myself out there and networking. I've been to quite a few marketing events, networking events, and I've gained so much knowledge from this. Even plumbing, not just market, even plumbing exhibitions I go to. I've met so many people, and when I look now, it's helped me so much in the people I know with the success. What role has continuous learning played in? Don't even make sense. What role has continuous learning played in your success, and how do you stay updated on industry trends? What role has continuous learning played in your success? So my role would be just investing in myself, if that makes sense. Just continuously learning obviously I come from a plumbing background, so I'm having to learn a lot in terms of tech, marketing, working with staff, people, being a good person to work around. So in terms of industry trends, I've gone to these marketing exhibitions, so it's helped me massively staying up with the trends. Have you faced any ethical dilemmas in business, and how did you navigate them? Simple answer to that is no. So I'll move on from that. As a founder, how do you foster a positive company culture within Trade Apps Limited? This is one thing I'm proud of. At the minute, so people have come and gone since 2017. At the minute, there's Tom, the developer's been here since the start. Other person's been here a year. The other 5 people has started since last November, and we have the tightest bond. So in terms of culture, like we're open with each other. We speak about everything. We're sort of like a tight knit family, and from them being here in such a short amount of time, I couldn't be happier in how we're all getting on in terms of a new team. And I think being in the office helps. There's a lot of talk about remote working, but us being in the office and having that bond, I'm very happy with our culture we have. It's almost unbreakable. Everyone loves it, and it just makes a better place to be involved in. If you don't enjoy your job, if you don't like the place you're working, then you're not going to stay. So how I've kept that culture, I'm an open book, so I'm open with everyone, tell them everything. We all have fun. I'm basically their friend in a way, but it's just about having that balance so they know where the line is, because you've got to have some authority. If you're too laid back and nice, they'll cross that line and people will take the mick. So super happy with our team and culture. I couldn't imagine it being any better. What challenges did you encounter when scaling your business, and how did you address them? Challenges were obviously money, not having the money, early stages, struggling to pay. So I had to find the money in other areas, staff coming and going. A massive thing, because I'd never built a team, so I was learning, like, what person should I take on next? What's their roles and responsibilities? There's all this that you need to learn, like it's all about marketing, like what people do I need to market the app the best way? So the challenges when scaling your business was just, what team do I need to build, and money. That's what the challenges have been. How do you approach innovation and keep your company ahead in a competitive market? Dominate every area. My plan now is to give 100% in all marketing areas. I don't want to slack in any area. Basically, you want to be seen by as many eyes as possible in your industry or niche. I am trying to. This room I'm sitting in now is now a podcast room, so I've took that route. Me and a guy are hosting it, so I'm broadening our audience. So I want to hit every area. So every person that I employ is for a specific role in terms of marketing. I want to basically just hit every market as best as we can. Have there been moments when you had to make tough decisions for the long-term success of your business? There's not been, in the whole time, we've had to fire one person. This was probably 3 years ago due to their behaviour. One thing I say, it's not a hard decision, but Tom, obviously the developer, the second person that come on board, she was the first person we took on. She left last year, so obviously I didn't have to make a tough decision, but that's one thing that's sort of happened along the way, because I love people being part of the journey the whole way through, but some things just don't work out. So the first person we ever took on outside of Tom that had been here since 2019 left last year. So that was a bit of a decision to make. So yeah, but that hasn't affected long-term success, but it's just a shame that she had to leave. But these things happen, I suppose. Everything happens for a reason, I believe. I'm getting lost in these questions now. How do you handle stress and maintain mental resilience in the demanding world of entrepreneurship? I didn't. So yeah, I think it's just my character. We all get stressed, but because I am a relaxed character, I deal with it a lot easier. Mental resilience comes a lot from my mum as well. She always in my ear, like, to do better. You got to work hard. So yeah, she's had a massive role in that. So yeah, handle stress. Just don't worry too much. What's the worst thing that could happen? You just got to crack on. Literally just got to deal with it and just move on. Otherwise, if you dwell over it, you're not going to move forward. Can you share a story about a customer or client interaction that left a lasting impact on you? No. I'll tell you what though, so at the start I was, on our server, watching people use our app because I was so, oh my God, people are using it. This don't really relate that much, but there was a person that's joined since 2018, so the app weren't as good as it was now, and he left recently, so that was quite, that's a throwback moment, I'd say, in terms of a customer, because he'd been since pretty much the start and he's left, so it's a shame about that one. How did your childhood experiences or family background shape your approach to risk and entrepreneurship? Childhood experience, I think it's either in you or it isn't, and it's how you deal with that when you're older. Childhood can make an effect. Like I say, I worked from a young age around good people, but it's either in you or it isn't. So, but the things do affect you, like decisions in personal life. Like you might have sinned and think, right, I don't want to be like that, so it makes you retract from that. Early signs in school, everyone tried to sell cookies in the playground, didn't they? But I think that was most people. I don't know, I think it was just something inside, and things do help along the way. But yeah, were there any early signs or activities in your childhood that hinted at your future interest in business and innovation? So I'm going to repeat that. Were there any early signs or activities in your childhood that hinted at your future interest in business and innovation? I don't know. Not till I was older. I hated school. Went to college. Didn't like doing the paperwork. I didn't finish that apprenticeship. There's nothing that I can... just as when I got older, 16, 17, maybe early 20s, when I started to realise, like, what else can I do? But yeah, nothing I can think off the top of my head. How did your early education or extracurricular activities contribute to your skills and mindset as an entrepreneur? Obviously, everyone's got to go to school. You've got to know how to read and write. But in terms of school, it don't help you a lot in business. So I'd say it was more starting working practically from like 15, 16, which built me into the person I am. Not school helps, but it's more the job experience I've had that have moulded me, I'd say. Have I skipped a question? Were there any earlier? Can you share a memorable lesson or value instilled in you during your upbringing that influences your business decisions today? Again, just from working that young age, I would have picked up a lot from people around me. But a memorable lesson. Have I seen... I may have to think about that one. Maybe I'll come back to that one next week, or when I film next. Did you have any childhood role models who inspired your work ethic or entrepreneurial spirit? Yeah, one of them's, again, I said my uncle. I worked around his house. He would work during the day on his business and come home and build his house in the evening and weekend. So I think that inspired me, definitely. Yeah, and working in London inspired me, because the people you're around and you see in the houses, it's inspiring what they've achieved and the conversations you have. So were there any challenges or obstacles you faced in your youth that prepared you for the challenge? Don't know. Obviously, broken family, but I don't know if maybe that made me want to be independent. Obviously, I had my dad around and we get on well, but maybe that wanted me to be more independent as a man. Yeah, so I'm not sure if there's going to be much to say on that one. What hobbies or interests from your childhood have you carried into your adult life, and do they impact your work in any way? Hobbies or interests? Interests, obviously, how can I earn money? Hobbies, no. I started rugby 8 years ago, and that's been a massive blessing. Met so many people. It's like a big family, so I think that's helped massively in terms of growing, because I'm not a sort of person to speak out in front of people. I'm quite reserved. So being part of that gets you involved in that big group of people. So that's definitely one of the things as a hobby that's helped. How did your family support, in brackets, or lack thereof, influence your decision to pursue a career in entrepreneurship? Yeah, massive support, but everyone, they don't have the same thinking as you, so they're always worried. Like, my mum don't want anything to go wrong. She's always worried about me taking risks, basically. But as long as you believe in it and you trust the process, you just got to keep going. But yeah, family support good, just concerned that they don't want it to go wrong, which is understandable. Can you recall a specific childhood experience that taught you a valuable lesson about resilience or determination? Resilient, broken family, I'd say, taught me resilience. When that happens, you obviously got to go through it. I was quite young, 8 years old, but it definitely would have taught me some resilience in how to deal with things. Had my mum again drumming things into me. It's definitely helped. In what ways do you draw on it's a lot about childhood. In what ways do you draw on your childhood creativity or curiosity in your current role as an entrepreneur? I suppose I'm a big listener rather than a talker, as you can probably tell from this video. So just listening, being around the people, taking everything in, I think has helped. Being curious, like it said, yeah, I'm just a silent one in the background, soaking it up like a sponge. So yeah, they are all the questions. I hope it's had some value. I hope I watch it back and be like, I can put this out. So it didn't really sum up my whole... I'm going to do a quick overview since 2017 till now. I went through some depth, but... So obviously, since the start 2017, took developer on 2018. Next employee was 2019. The next couple of years, a couple of people went and gone. 2022, I was able to come off the tools because it was earning me enough money. And then last year has been a massive shift. We've now, it's me and 7 other employees within the development, marketing, customer service and sales. So that's what it consists of. And please, if you are watching, if anyone does watch this, ask me any questions you want to ask in what they do, what I've done. And don't forget to, if you do want to follow, so I'm going to update this YouTube channel every couple of weeks, just everything I've done in the last 2 weeks. So like this video, subscribe, comment if you've got any questions, and that will help you stay updated. So yeah, so obviously last year's been a massive shift. I've wrote up this 3 to 5 year plan, and I want to take it to a multi 8-figure business. So I've put the prices up, which has helped me grow the team. So since last November, I didn't realise how hard, I put 4 job posts out once. 4 people have started since then. 1 person's left that's been here from the start. So it's been a lot of setting up. So I'm in a setting up phase at the minute to get everything secure, well not secure, but all the software's done so we can do our marketing sales efficiently. So yeah, there's been a massive shift in people starting, and I'll probably, on the next video, I'll break down each individual role of each person and what I want to do. So I think I'm going to wrap it up there, see how that went. It's my first video, so I hope you liked it, and I want to share as much knowledge as I can throughout the time doing this, and ask questions because that will help me deliver that. So, and again, thank you for listening, and I'll see you on the next video. God knows how that was. I feel so shit at it. I wonder how long I was. 43 minutes.